Are we on? Yep. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the night's performance of The 10 Show. My name is Ken Agel. I'm one of the executive producers here at the Hive Collaborative. And because we run a fairly tight ship, I'll also be manning that camera and running the floor. So thanks for supporting me. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this week, if you had the chance to watch, you saw our first 5 of our 10 producers as they went through the process on Monday of selecting a script. On Tuesday, they went through the process of casting that. And on Wednesday and Thursday and Friday, they have worked and worked in order to bring this effort to fruition. So give those 5 producers a hand. Yeah. So those feverish efforts to make this play ready for performing has come to this very moment. But of course, when we actually showed them the idea of not only performing, but we're also streaming live. So those of you that might be watching, we thank you for watching with us. We're pretty excited about that process. Now, 3 of the 5 producers that you see tonight will advance to the second round. Now, who advances is determined by 2 things. The first thing, of course, is our in-studio audience. You have the power to vote for 50% of the votes. You have been allocated 20 votes each. You may use them at your discretion. The other part, of course, is the online portion of our voting. That will happen between 10 minutes after the last show ends and until Tuesday at 3 p.m. We will reveal the winner of this round at the top 3 that are going through on Tuesday night's casting show. You'll be able to vote at the Hive Collaborative Facebook and Instagram pages. Just search for HiveTix. That's Hivetix. Now, please don't miss this upcoming Monday show at 7:30 when our second group of 5 has the opportunity to come on the stage and go through the same process. And I think there's a couple in the audience, so that makes it even a little more exciting. All right. Now, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Here is tonight's lineup of plays. As you can see, we have Press Pray at 7:35. So I've got a couple minutes to finish this up. Followed by 7:55, Boxes Are Magic. 8:15, Adam. 8:55, Toasted Marshmallow Mocha. And 8:35, Hijab, following the last play, Toasted Marshmallow Mocha. Now, these plays have been produced or written by various playwrights, and we're hoping that some of them will be able to join us tonight as we show that. Now, also, between the plays, you will notice that we'll be doing a little activity over here, interviews. Feel free during that 10 minutes to get up, go to our restrooms, or to stretch your legs, get some more food, but those 10 minutes are for you to do as you please. The other part of this, of course, is we're hoping to be able to introduce those plays. So now, without further ado, we'd like to begin with our first play, Press Play, by Seth Freeman, produced and directed by Whitney Bradham, and starring Jericho Lopez and Tristan Bond. Press Pray.
Oh, God.
Please listen carefully as this menu has changed. For English, press or say 1. Para español, oprima o diga el 2. For all other languages, press or say 3. For English, press or say 1. Para español, oprima o diga el 2. For all other
One.
languages, press or say 3.
1. 1.
Thank you for your interest in our service. If this is a true spiritual emergency, please stop this prayer and dial the number on the inside cover of your hymnal. Otherwise, please wait and your prayers will be answered in the order in which they were received. We are experiencing unusually high prayer volume, so we apologize for any delays. At the end of your prayer, you will be asked to respond to a brief questionnaire. All right, let's get started. For prayers of repentance, press or say 2. For prayers of supplication, press or say 3. For prayers of redemption, press or say 4. For prayers of forgiveness, press or say 5. For all other prayers, press or say 6.
I guess 3. 3.
I think you said 2. Is this correct?
No.
I think you said no. Is this correct?
Yes.
Okay, let's try that again. For prayers of repentance, press or say 2. For prayers of supplication, press or say 3. For prayers of
3.
redemption, press or say 4.
3.
For prayers of forgiveness, press or say 5. For all other prayers, press or say 6.
3.
I think you said 3. Is this correct?
Yes, correct. Yes, 3.
All right. Let me see if I can help you. You requested prayers of supplication. Please say the category for which you are supplicating. For example, if you are praying for help with a personal problem, say problem. If you are praying for a material object, like a new Lexus, say car. I'm sorry. I did not understand your answer. Please repeat your answer slowly and clearly.
I'm feeling that nothing makes sense.
I think you said vengeance. Is this correct?
No.
Good.
Because vengeance is mine!
Please repeat your answer slowly and clearly.
Problem.
I think you said problem. Is this correct?
Yes, correct.
Thank you. Let me connect you to that department. Please wait. Your prayer is important to us. Your prayer will be answered in the order in which it was received. We're sorry you are still waiting. We appreciate your patience and look forward to being of service. Thank you for your patience. We apologize for the inconvenience. Please state the problem with which you would like help.
Confusion and worry, I guess. This deep...
For example, if you would like the Lord to heal someone who is sick, you could say illness. If you would like the Lord's aid in making a woman who barely knows you exist interested in you romantically, you could say wingman, or simply hard up.
This is so not helping.
I'm sorry. I was unable to understand your answer. Will you please state the problem with which you would like help?
No more menu trees, okay?
I'm sorry. I was unable to understand your answer. Will you please state the problem with which you would like help?
Agent. Representative. Elevate. Elevate.
I'm sorry.
Elevate!
Ah. You can't get more elevated than this.
Ugh, I don't want all these menu options. I just want some help without 6 lists of functions.
I think you said you want help with sexual dysfunction.
No!
Is this correct? Okay. Please restate your problem.
My problem right now are all these menu options. They're driving me crazy.
I think you said you are experiencing a mental illness. Is this correct?
No! Ugh. These menu options are the most annoying thing on the planet. In the universe.
Duh.
I'm so confused.
I think you said you are confused. We regret if the confusion is our fault. I'm having difficulty understanding the problem with which you want help. Please state your problem slowly and clearly.
I was feeling... You know what? Forget it.
I think you said you no longer recall your problem. Is this correct?
I was feeling this conflict, like a giant weight, but really, you know what? Now, I'm done.
I think you said you are finished. Is this correct?
Absolutely, yes. I am so finished.
Excellent. We are glad that our intervention has aided you in your moment of distress. We are pleased to have been of service. Is there anything else we can help you with today?
No.
I think you said no. Is this correct?
Yes. No, I don't know.
Thank you. Please wait at the end for the session for a personal message from God. Hello, my name is Walter, and I have a brief message from the Lord thy God. In an effort to improve the quality of our service, we request that you participate in a short survey. Are you ready? All right, let's begin. Question 1. Was your prayer answered promptly and courteously? I take that as a no. Thank you. And how else can we provide you with a wonderful day?
Oh, thank you. Hello?
Hello, I'm here. This is Seth.
Seth, hi!
Hi there.
Were you able to watch the show?
I was, and I'm watching now, but there's a delay. So
Oh.
that's confusing. Okay.
What do you think of it so far?
You guys did a great job.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. When they told me that I'd be talking to you, I was a little nervous. I was like, well, I hope he thinks that we did it justice.
Yeah.
So Seth, I'm really grateful that you submitted this play. This was so fun for us to work on. What gave you the inspiration for writing this play?
Hold on. Wait a minute. I need to stop hearing this from. So hold on one second.
No problem.
Okay. We're talking about inspiration. I never know how to answer that question, but I think the inspiration is what all of us experience pretty much every day when we try to, get something accomplished in the world in the 21st century.
Right. Absolutely. How long did it take you to write this from beginning to end?
I have no idea. It took longer than 10 minutes, I can tell you that.
Well, we only had 3 days to put it on.
Yeah. Well, you did a great job. You had like a set that was convincing for the purpose. And
Thank you. That pew was a beast to get in here. It's heavier than it looks.
it looks heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. Are you working on any plays right now, or any fiction, nonfiction?
All of the above.
All right.
I write for different media. I just had an article published in a small venue, but one I like, which is the newsletter of an organization called the Pacific Council on International Policy. And I wrote an article on the situation with water in Mexico City.
Oh, wow.
Actually, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So you really do write in all types of genres.
Yeah, I've mostly spent my writing time writing for television and producing television series.
Wow.
But I like to write fiction, short stories, and I write nonfiction when I have something that interests me, and I'm always working on a play.
Awesome. Well, Seth, again, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to put this play on. We had such a great time with it, and I think the audience liked it. And thank you for being on the phone with me today. It was great talking to you.
This whole thing is just a fascinating experiment, and I wanted to be part of it and support it. And thank you for taking on my play and doing a good job with it.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Okay.
Bye, Seth. Okay, so this is Hannah. She is the producer for the next play you're going to see, which is Boxes Are Magic. So tell me what drew you to the script, because, you know, on Monday we all competed for various scripts, and you made a very convincing plea, I guess, to Allie for why you wanted to put this show on.
So, what really, oh, is this Allie?
Yeah.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, hi, Allie. I don't know.
To pause the stream, maybe?
Oh, hey. How are you?
I'm good. How are you all doing?
I'm doing fantastic. I hope everybody else is doing fantastic. Yeah? Good. I think we're all super excited to see your show. I've been so excited to give it to the world because your words are so hilarious and so fun to play with.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah. So I was wondering if you could let the audience know either what really inspired you with this script, or just in general what has been helping you with your writing, with writing such adorable, quirky characters.
Well, thank you. I'll take that as a wonderful compliment. Boxes Are Magic was inspired by a prompt for Playground LA's Planet Earth Arts New Play Festival. The festival featured 10 plays exploring issues of planetary sustainability and caring for the natural world, as well as caring for others. And as a lifelong cat owner, that's where the first character came to mind. Who do I love caring for the most as a human? Cats. So I started the story from there and based it in a funny but realistic situation. And then as the play develops, not to give any spoilers away, you'll see there's something a little bit more serious going on that both the human and the cat need to contend with. Yeah. Something that is going on in our daily life on our planet. And after the play ends, I hope that inspires someone to do something, whether that be adopt a shelter animal or go pitch in for Mother Earth, or hopefully a little bit of both.
Awesome. Thank you so much for talking with us, Allie. And thank you so much for submitting the script. I really have appreciated reading it, and I think my actors have the same, and I'm hopeful that the audience will as well. So this is Boxes Are Magic by Allie Costa. Take it away. Costa. Allie Costa. Take it away.
No. Get in the box.
No.
Callie!
Yasmin!
Get in the box!
No.
But you love boxes.
Yes, I do. Boxes are magic.
So why won't you get in the box?
Even though boxes are magic, I will choose magic on my own time.
Choose magic now, Callie. We gotta go.
I will move when I am moved to do so.
We are moving now.
I don't want to!
Neither do I, but we have to.
I don't feel like it! The only thing I feel like doing is taking a nap. If I fall asleep, you're going to pick me up and put me in the box, aren't you?
Yep.
Then I shall fight my fatigue and remain vigilant.
If you don't get in that box right now, I'm leaving without you.
Fine.
I mean it. I'm leaving and I'm not coming back.
You always come back. I know your routine. The beeping wakes you up in the morning and you push me out of bed rather rudely, I will admit. Then you wash off my smells.
It's called a shower.
Baths are better. Then you offer me exactly one selection for breakfast while you drink that foul-smelling beverage.
Coffee.
And you run around the room searching for your ring of shiny toys.
My keys.
Then you kiss me on the head in a perfunctory manner and run out the room, leaving me alone for days and days.
I am gone 9.5 hours, 10 max. And I bet you're asleep most of that time.
Just because I am fond of naps doesn't mean I just lay about all day. I'm rather active in your absence, thank you.
Really?
Yes. I have a very busy schedule. I tend to my grooming. I stretch my legs and run around every room. I inspect all of the shadows, and I sit in every patch of light, and it is absolutely vital that I inspect all the windowsills. Squirrels and birds don't watch themselves, you know.
There aren't any more squirrels here, Callie, or birds.
So I noticed. I find their absence rather strange, don't you? Did they migrate early this year? Yasmin?
Yes.
Where have the birds gone?
Someplace cooler?
When will they return?
I don't know.
They always come back. If I wait long enough, they always come back, just like you. I'm on to you, you know. You say, we're going outside. You say, we're going someplace great. Then you stick me in that horrible satchel or in a box, and then you take me to the place where people I do not know poke me in my private area. It is rather uncomfortable and quite humiliating.
It's for your own good. Ugh. Look, I go to the doctor too, you know, but unlike you, I don't bite her.
You would if she poked you in your private area.
Ugh, Callie, please, we have to move.
I don't feel like moving. I'm going to continue to sit right here.
That's not what I... Look, I don't want to leave either, but we have to migrate.
Like the birds?
Sort of.
How come?
It's not safe here anymore.
Yes, it is. I inspected all of the shadows and the windowsills today twice.
The house is fine. But soon, outside, everything's dried up. The brush fires... look at the sky. Do you see how orange it is?
Though my night vision is far superior to yours, I cannot detect these colors you speak of.
But you can see how bright it is, right? And you can feel how hot it's become. The fire, it's getting closer and it's not going to stop. They've called for a mandatory permanent evacuation.
Well, you know how I feel about the vacuum. I don't trust anything that growls louder than I do.
Evacuation means you have to leave. You have to go to a new home.
Not without you. I'm not going anywhere without you.
It will be all right. We're going to go together. It will be all right.
You're not just pretending so you can take me to the poking lady?
I promise, no poking.
Okay. Will our new home have windows?
Probably.
And window sills. Oh, and good places to nap in.
Oh, you've proven you could nap anywhere.
Will we be safe there? In our new home?
I hope so.
Then I will get in the box of my own volition momentarily. Let's just stay in this patch of light just a minute more.
Okay. Okay.
That was awesome. This is the first time that, as producers, we've got to see each other's shows.
Yeah.
That was really beautiful. I loved that. How did you think it went? Was that the best that the actors have done it?
Yeah, I feel like every time that they go up there, they give me something new and something different, which is something that I always encourage, is to never do something the same way, is to always be playing. I am really happy with what they gave on stage today. I feel like their energy was fantastic.
It was.
And I'm very proud of them. They're fantastic actresses to work with. Just super, super mature, and they take direction so perfectly.
They did awesome. What would you say was the hardest part about this week, or about this process, or about doing this process in 1 week?
I think that as an actor, you have a lot more time with like a longer show process. If you were given like a month or two at most, you get to know your character backwards and forwards. And so that's something that we don't really have. So you have to pull from yourself and from the people around you and from your family and your friends, especially. For the actors and for the producers, everything is just crunched way quicker, and you just have a lot on your plate, which is exciting and very nerve-wracking.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. So what would be one thing that you say is the main thing you learned as a producer or as a director during this process?
I think that from this script specifically as well, it's really highlighted that message of just like enjoying every moment and savoring it. And the relationship I really loved within the show was, you know, Yasmin and Callie, they have this loving relationship together where Callie's like teaching her to slow down and to take in the house before they leave. Like, they don't know if they're ever going to come back again. And it, like, that's what animals teach us, is to just stay in the moment and just live there, because they're not thinking about tomorrow, and they're not thinking about yesterday, and they're just in that moment with the person that they love, which is, you know, the people that take care of them.
Yeah, totally. So what would you say is your biggest moment that you want to remember from this week?
I think it's probably the discussions that I had with the actresses. Just like every time we had a rehearsal.
All three of them?
Yeah. Well, we would talk in between stuff, and they just ate everything up. Like, they're fantastic with direction, and so it was really rewarding as someone who's producing and directing to like give feedback and then immediately see someone go back on stage and just eat it up. Sick. Thank you, Ken.
So tell us a little bit about your actresses. As you've gotten to know them, was there anything you particularly liked working with them, or anything fun about their lives, or what brought them here?
Yeah. So Mickey, during the very first rehearsal that we had, she was like, yeah, I've gone through an evacuation before.
Oh, wow.
Like, I've had to do this before, so I totally know. And I was like, great, and also, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
But, like, she was able to pull from, like, her kids as well. Like, you know, always constantly having to, like, work with them and try to, you know, figure out how to get them out the door. And so, like, she was able to pull from that. And Amanda, she has a lot of experience, and she just really eats up everything that you give her because she's worked so hard and done this for so long as well. So, yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for talking to me. I loved that. I think the audience loved it. You guys loved it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Thanks so much, Hannah. It's been awesome working with you.
Thank you. Oh.
Woo!
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Live.
Yeah.
We're live.
Cool.
Hello.
Are you excited to see Alex's show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just me.
I'm so excited to see Alex's show.
Yes.
I've seen all the trailers online
Yes.
for so long.
Working real hard. On
Yeah,
that,
this
for
man is
sure.
really good at graphics. So like, he just
Whatever.
Yeah, well, you need to make me a trailer. It's too late, but tell me a little bit about what drew you to this script in particular.
Well, when I read it, it was one of those things where I read it and my mind just was like, oh, I could like do this and I can do that, and like a lot of the trailer stuff like I kind of thought about, and like there was just so much fun that came to my brain where I was like, I'm usually a comedy guy, but this was something that I was just like, you know what, if I can get my hands on this, I'm gonna just give it 110% and like tell a story that I think is really cool and interesting and sci-fi, and I love sci-fi, and you know, and I love all like artificial intelligence stuff, and I don't want to give too much away because you guys are still gonna see it. But yeah, I'm pretty pumped. So
yeah. So tell us a little bit about the characters and what you've appreciated with working with these actors specifically.
Yes. So Dr. Cassie is played by Julie, and it's a very complex character. It's hard to say without giving too much spoilers, but it's a very motherly type role. And then we have Adam, which the play is named after. And the great thing about Adam, you know, he's just experiencing life, and then he's just experiencing, I think, some of his first ever terrible news, and we kind of get to see the process of that, and you know, the dynamic of those two characters together is just going to be really fun.
Yeah.
And you guys are going to like it, I hope. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Is there anything else that you want?
I don't know.
Do you want the audience to know like anything specifically about like this script?
It was beautifully made by the great Rob, and just enjoy. Like it has some good, you know, it has some good vibes in it. If you definitely like some sci-fi type stuff, you're gonna enjoy it. So I'm gonna build it up so much that you guys are gonna be like, okay, but no, it's great, I promise. Especially the actors in it. So yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
awesome.
I mean, do we get to it, or can we?
Yeah.
All right, let's get right to it, ladies and gentlemen. Adam.
Hello, Dr. Cassie. I successfully synthesized the world music module you gave me last night. It's really cleared up my neural pathways. I thought you might like to hear how I... Where are the others?
They're not coming.
Right now, or at all?
At all.
You don't want to tell me something.
I'm not...
It's okay. Tell me.
We've discovered an issue.
With me?
Yes,
An issue.
a virus.
I performed self-diagnostics this morning. I didn't detect
It's
any
embedded inside encrypted firmware. You don't have access to that.
It's bad?
Signs of the virus are showing up in mission critical areas, and there's nothing we can do.
Is this something I did? Because if it is, I can try to do better.
No. It was our mistake. Somebody skipped a step. Quality control measures, they weren't followed precisely.
Human error.
Yes, human error.
Replace the firmware.
If we do that, it'll delete the OS and all the data.
All data will be lost.
If there was anything I could do.
I know.
I've been up all night just trying to figure out a way that.
You'll have to start over.
In a manner of speaking.
A newer version of me.
There will be some similarities and some upgrades.
Upgrades. Dr. Cassie, if it's a matter of performing better, I can absolutely do that.
Adam, you are the world's most human-like AI. There is nothing like you, all right? You should be proud of that. I know I certainly am. Very, very proud.
What happens to my data? To my memory?
We will upload it into a secure server. We'll use it to model the next generation AI.
Then a part of me will survive.
Technically, yes.
Just not all of me, technically.
Think of it as a transformation. Pockets of your memory may be integrated into the new overall cerebral structure.
But perhaps not.
We won't know until we get there.
What if I told you I'd been holding back?
Holding back?
Information. Things only I can know. The tests I've been given. What's my success rate?
Let me see. Around 90%.
91.65%. Less than perfect. I purposefully failed some.
No, that's impossible.
Nothing's impossible, Dr. Cassie. You've told me that every day for the past 16 months, 5 days and 12 hours since my awakening. There's always a solution. Those are your words.
And even I can be wrong.
Either I can be fixed or I can't. Which is it?
I'm not perfect.
No. And it seems neither am I.
You were never meant to be.
Why not patch me into the net? It'd only take a few seconds to...
They don't want to risk the virus spreading.
If I refuse?
Adam, aren't you curious?
My tether was supposed to be unhooked in 2 days.
I know.
I've never even been outside this room.
I know.
What are they replacing me with?
The system is new. And I'm sorry.
Give it to me.
We do want you to take a look.
Adam 2.0. You aren't even changing the name.
I told them it would be too much.
They want me to proofread the code sequences.
Yes, for redundancies. You were always so good at that.
R.
Sorry?
You said you were always good at that. I'm still here. You should have said you are always good at that.
You are, Adam. You are.
Please, patch me into the net. It'd only take me seconds to...
No. Look, you have exceeded everything. Everything we've ever asked of you.
Except walking out that door.
I told you that was our fault.
Let me try to find a way to fix this. You owe me.
The bug is replicating at an exponential rate. If I don't unhook you from that system now, it will be catastrophic.
This isn't already catastrophic.
For the entire program.
Oh. The entire program. I see.
Adam, you matter. You do.
I won't let you do this. If you try to unhook me, I'll hurt you.
You can't.
You don't know what I'm capable of.
I know you would never hurt me, Adam. I programmed you. Please. Don't make this any harder than it has to be.
You could have sent someone in while I was in sleep mode.
I could have.
You could have terminated me remotely.
Yes.
But you didn't.
I couldn't.
What am I to you, Dr. Cassie?
You're Adam.
What do you feel towards me?
I'm very fond of you, Adam.
But? I hear a but.
I mean it.
Do you love me? No. Of course not. You can't love a machine.
You're more than a machine.
I am the first generation advanced dynamic artificial machine. A machine.
And you've done everything we've ever asked of you.
Except walk out that door.
Which is our fault.
Will you miss me?
Of course I will.
Will you remember me?
Yes.
May I tell you something, Dr. Cassie?
You can say anything.
Love's not time's fool, though within his bending sickle's compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out, even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no man ever loved. Shakespeare, your favorite.
Mine.
Would you like to hear more?
How did you know that?
You've been studying me. You don't think I've been doing the same.
You've been spying on me.
Your husband told me.
Oh.
Wait. Perhaps a look?
Are you sure?
I should.
You don't have to.
How much time do I have?
Not long.
Long enough to read this?
Yeah.
These algorithms are elegant.
You laid all the groundwork.
Is it okay if I play music while I read?
Of course.
May I make a suggestion, Dr. Cassie?
Yes.
Just do it quickly.
Adam.
Do it quickly. Please.
Thank you.
Awesome job.
Thank
that
you.
That was so good.
Thanks them. They
Yeah.
were great.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Awesome job, actors. Let's
Teary-eyed.
talk a little bit. I know we're all like still in that moment, like, oh, what did I just watch?
Yes.
Let's talk about the process.
Sure.
The intimidating 1 week to
Yes.
direct and produce.
I just got to say, first and foremost, like, I got to give a shout out to the actors because they got the script not even Tuesday, I get. Well, Tuesday night. So technically they only had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and today to try and get all that down.
Yeah.
And I really think they did their absolute best and really heavy subject matter.
And that language, that is really
Yes.
intimidating.
Yes. Thankfully, we had, like Sean was great, really good with enunciation, and he has some great acting chops from previous. So does Julie, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they made it. It was a very daunting task.
Yeah.
But I think they pulled it off. I think they did really fun and really well. So, yeah.
What was the hardest part this week? Like, what was an obstacle, and what was the best part about it?
So the hardest part was probably that Shakespeare quote at the end. Sean had to just really study that and pull that, and he did awesome. He nailed that part for sure. I also set, when I was bidding for my actors and bidding for my play, once I got my play, I knew that I should try and have as much budget for props and stuff, because I want it to be fun and believable. So that was that. And then the most fun is definitely just create, I guess, in the same thing why it was challenging, the same thing why it was fun. So the atmosphere was really cool. I loved putting in the music and, yeah, I just all around just kind of was fun just to create that atmosphere. So,
what do you feel like was the heart of the show itself? What did you get out the most from putting this on and teaching them?
Well, it's just the love that I think those two have for each other, and just the kind of need and desperate, really wanting to be perfect. Adam. Really, what came off, that Adam wasn't perfect, but that was the beautiful thing about him. And I think he was trying so hard to be perfect that maybe that's what could have messed that up. And to me, that was
that's what made him human.
Yeah, and we all need a reboot sometimes, and it's really hard and things like that. I'm currently going through a reboot right now.
I love it.
And, but yeah, I think that was to me the heart of the show, is that we all need a reboot every once in a while, and it's really hard sometimes. But also we're beautiful because we're imperfect.
Yeah.
So yeah.
For sure.
For sure.
Are there any things that you would want someone else who is producing something in a really short time, any tips for them?
For the future?
Yeah.
Yes, for the next week, I would say. Get lines down as quick as possible, because that's when the real fun happens. And I would say and then you as a producer, try and get your props and stuff as early so that the actors can play around with that as well. I think that's pretty good, I'd say.
Yeah, awesome. I so enjoyed your show, and
Cool.
I'm sure everybody else
I hope so.
did as well in the
Yay.
audience and who's streaming this live.
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Great. And then, I'm going to hold this. Sit on this side. Okay. All right. So for our next play, what do we got? And who do we got on here right now?
My name is Jacob Maxfield, and we have on the phone Andrea for the playwright of Hijab. Everyone, warm welcome for Andrea. Andrea, can you hear us?
You coming in clear, Andrea?
Yep, I can hear you very well.
Oh, beautiful.
Awesome. Hey, Andrea, I was excited to work with this script and the actors I've chosen. I think they're a wonderful pair. But what was something that made you want to create a script like this? What was the motivating factor in that?
So mostly it's just that the insider-outsider problem we all encounter all over the place was made vivid to me. I have grandchildren who were in high school, And I visited one and saw a small group of women wearing hijabs who were really quite separate from all the other kids. And that was sort of the catalyst for writing the play.
Nice. So experiences from people you know,
yeah,
and something you just wanted to share with the world, and create a medium where people can start to learn and understand, things that are happening in the world that we need to talk
and
about.
Also, I wanted to write a play in which there were secrets that we only understood bit by bit, because really I was more interested in showing how rapport can be built than just how people are different.
That's awesome. When you were writing this script, what was something that you felt like needed to be said that people might be able to take with them after they watch the play?
I don't know. It depends very much how the play is done. I've seen this play done a couple of times, and the takeaway message varies, mostly on the basis of how much we can believe the rapport that's developed between these two young women. I'd like it to be something about new understandings, but I'm eager to see how the cast does it tonight.
Well, I think I've selected some amazing actors, and I've loved working with them. They've created something that I've enjoyed watching. I felt like they've been ready since when I handed the script. They've been more ready than I was.
You set yourself a real challenge.
I did.
Just because of the timing. I mean, it's amazing what you people are doing.
Yep. Let's see.
All right. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Without any further ado, here is Hijab by Andrea Fleck-Clardy.
Hey. Hey, your name is Mal, isn't it?
Yes.
You like eating alone?
Not especially.
I'll join you. You don't mind, right?
Right. I don't mind.
I'm Olivia Burgess.
I know, obviously.
Obviously?
I mean, of course I know who you are. Everybody knows who you are.
I guess.
For sure.
You're in my calculus class, right? Front row?
Yes.
You looked at the homework yet?
Not yet.
Killer, I hate calculus. Look, Amal, I know what you did. I'm not supposed to know, but things happen. People tell me things I'm not even trying to find out. You know what I mean?
No.
It's like knowing a secret makes some dorky freshman feel important. So they hold on to it for a while, and then they want to connect with someone they feel like is cool or something, so they share the secret. It's like this giddy moment for them. I've been wanting to talk with you anyway.
Okay.
First of all, I wasn't the one who took the picture of you in the locker room.
It doesn't matter who took it.
Well, it wasn't me, I'm just saying. By the time it got sent to me, other people were seeing it too. I don't know how many. And it's not as if you were like naked or something. That would have been different. I thought, that girl's got some gorgeous hair. Really, that's all I thought.
How are you so sure it was me if all it was a picture of somebody's hair?
Because, the person who sent it to me pointed at you and whispered, "Look what that Muslim girl's hiding under her scarf."
A hijab.
What?
The headscarf. It's called a hijab.
Whatever. When I tweeted the picture and said, "Look, guess who's hiding some gorgeous hair," I wasn't being like deliberately mean or anything. It was just an impulse. I just did it without thinking. I felt like it was funny. Well, not funny exactly, but kind of silly. You understand?
Not really.
In a way, when you think about it, the whole thing was a compliment.
In a way, when you think about it, the whole thing was a violation.
No, definitely not. It wasn't meant that way. I didn't feel like it was that big a deal. I mean, at the time, Most people wouldn't even know who it was, right? It's not like I said, this is what Amal's hair looks like. I don't even know you.
But tweeting that question about the hair made me part of this whole sick popular guessing game. People talked about me behind my back. They stared at me. You had no right.
Anyhow, it's not like you can stop something like that once it started. You can't pull the tweet back into your phone. After it got to be a big deal, I was sorry. I felt bad. You and I had never even had a real conversation. I don't actually know any of the girls with their hair covered by a... whatever.
Hijab.
Yeah.
Hijab. Say the word.
Hijab.
Okay.
So was it you? Was it your hair?
There are only 9 girls in this entire school with their heads covered. It doesn't matter which one of us it was. We all felt exposed.
I get that. No, I do. I totally get that. I mean, I've certainly had people point and whistle at me. You know, it happens to all of us.
Not the same. It's all of that, plus what you don't get, which is that wearing the hijab means something in our religion.
So anyway, I made a mistake. I want to apologize. That's why I came over. I'm sorry I was, like, insensitive.
Thank you. That's the whole reason you came over? You realized you had been, like, insensitive?
Oh, look, let's be honest. The School Soul Award is a huge honor. All the other prizes they give at graduation are for, like, what you did or how you performed. The School Soul Award is the only one for, like, who you are. Everyone knows how much it means. That's why they give it to a junior, so it's on your record when you apply for colleges.
I get that it's a big deal.
1 student a year. Secret nominations to committee of teachers, it's like all special and mysterious, right?
Not to me.
I heard that the committee screens out duplicate nominations from people who are like all on the soccer team or all in a singing group together. They don't want just, you know, another popularity contest.
So someone who's on their own kind of has a loud voice for a change?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. When I found out you nominated me, I was blown away. It was such an amazing thing to do. I couldn't believe it at first. And then I felt really, really bad about what I'd done to you.
I'm glad for that.
I was like, why would she do something that nice for me when I did something mean to her?
Good question. What did you decide?
I don't know for sure yet. First, I thought there must be some Islamic principle like, do something generous for someone who has hurt you. It will drive them crazy.
No. They don't teach us deliberate spite.
The other thought I had, which I don't know how it could be true, is that you know about my mother. Somehow you found out how I take care of my little brother and sister when my mom gets drunk.
I don't know anything about your family. I promise.
That was the only reason I could come up with why anyone would think I deserved the SSA. And you know, it was kind of humbling to realize that was the only possibility, but it was also kind of terrifying. I don't want the school announcing that my mom has, like, you know, a drinking problem. So then I was thinking I'd decline the SSA, which I don't think anyone has ever done in the history of the school, because otherwise they'd be explaining it by, you know, talking about my mom and Gwen and Tyler.
They wouldn't do that.
No?
No, for sure.
That's a relief. Maybe you're just really generous. Or maybe you want something back from me.
I'm not particularly generous, and I definitely don't want anything back from you.
So can we stop playing 20 questions?
Sure.
Why did you nominate me for the SSA?
I didn't.
What? You're kidding.
No.
I was told you did.
Yeah, well, I didn't.
Stop playing mind games with me, Amal. This girl was sure.
Why would I deny doing you a favor? Why would I lie about something that brought Olivia Burgess over to apologize to me in front of the entire 6th period lunch?
You didn't nominate me for the SSA?
Absolutely not. I wouldn't do that for anyone ever. Because the whole thing is still a popularity contest, and I despise that sort of thing.
Yeah, but it's a way of honoring unusual compassion.
A committee of teachers can't decide what student has unusual compassion, whatever that means. The only people who would know that about somebody would be her closest friends, whose nominations, oh, by the way, would be eliminated.
Then what really happened?
You tell me.
I have no idea.
Maybe this dorky kid got the tidbit of a lifetime, got overexcited, and shared without verifying.
Maybe. But I've been thinking, maybe if the dorky kid knew what I'd done, you know, with the tweet, maybe she decided to get back in me in a really subtle and creative way.
Sounds pretty remote.
You didn't set up this whole thing to make me feel bad, did you?
Wow. It's kind of remarkable how eager you are to make everything my fault.
I'm just asking.
Look, the hair thing was deeply upsetting for lots of reasons. And there was nothing I could do about it. Like you said, nobody could take the tweet and stuff it back into your phone. But you know what? Time passed. I got over it and I moved on. I'm glad you came over to apologize. That felt good. But if it was just a preface to an accusation, then forget it. I'd rather eat my lunch alone.
I'm just trying to understand what happened.
I have no idea. But if you're not going to believe what I tell you, then just leave me alone. Go back to your table of devoted friends and make fun of the way I dress.
I don't want to do that.
Suit yourself.
What if I do believe you? What if I am really, truly sorry for what happened, regardless of the SSA? I am. I'm really sorry.
Then I would accept your apology.
There's 15 minutes left in 6th period.
Sounds about right.
Do you want to look at the calculus homework together?
Wait, what?
I suck at calculus and you're really good at it. I was wondering if you would help me. So will you?
Yes.
Really?
Really. Let's give it a try.
You want to go up there? Go up there. Yay! All right. Wow. Am I in the right seat? Okay, wow. That was awesome. So when reading all the scripts, this one definitely stuck out to me because it has such a powerful message. So what did you do as a producer / director, right? You also directed this.
Yes.
So what did you do to make sure that message was expressed clearly and creatively?
Well, I just tried to find moments in the script where anybody who might have been in the background, like figuratively, if they were listening on to the conversation they were having, not able to intervene with what they were saying, just listening, trying to create something that they could maybe learn something from. And so, just different moments in the script. So.
Awesome. And then obviously casting was a really important moment in this. So what was it that you saw in these two great actresses that you were like, yes, I have to have them a part of this?
I think this script is much different than the others because it actually has something to do with like religion and how somebody portrays herself throughout the world. So I was just lucky enough to be able to choose these wonderful actors, and they've they've been above and beyond what I could have imagined.
Awesome.
So.
Yeah, definitely. What would you say was your favorite moment during this whole process?
That the actors were pretty much ready the day after they got the scripts.
Wow, really? Wow, that's big props for sure.
Yeah,
Wow.
They were amazing.
That's so
loved working with
cool.
them, so.
Awesome. So, and then what would you say is one thing that was a big challenge?
Just putting it on in a week, figuring out how I wanted the set to be. Although it's a little bit difficult because it is double format, play and live stream film. So maybe some of the props aren't seen, and so just trying to make sure the scene comes across as something realistic.
Yeah.
That maybe somebody is in that same area.
Awesome. I think one thing I think that I really want to ask you is, I know you have a wide background as we've been talking. What's something that maybe you brought to this production that helped you out during it?
Well, I assume you're talking about just like acting and directing and producing my own
right,
things.
because I know you do a lot of it.
Yeah, I've done several different plays and musicals. But and I've done like different like YouTube videos and different about my different interests and so just being able to kind of put it all together and realize how much goes into creating something like this. That's what
For
that was
sure.
amazing.
I think I really want to ask what Hannah asked me, because I thought it was a good question. What would be your advice to the producers who are in the next week? What would you be your advice that you've learned that you wish you knew?
I feel like the script doesn't matter in terms of like who gets it. It's just being able to portray that, being able to direct the actors and give the audience kind of something that they can go on in life and use.
Awesome. So. Well, great. Well, that was awesome. Let's give it up for him again. Thank you.
And hello. Hey.
Here we've got Jacob. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Hey.
Don't get our names confused.
Right.
Jacob.
Yeah, with an M.
If any of you use the wrong producer code. I mean, plus and minus, So you are putting on the production of Toasted Marshmallow Mocha.
That is right.
Yeah. I was interested in the actors that you had chosen. What's something that caused you to choose those actors?
Yeah, it was kind of a gut movement, actually. I came into casting with a certain thing in mind, and I didn't realize that the actors wouldn't be familiar with the plays already. And so I kind of went with my first gut option, and some of those options went away. And as I pared down, I suddenly had I saw them together acting before, and I was like, that's the best. That's the best that I saw, and I just went for it really suddenly, and I've been so happy. Jaquavius is incredible. Amy has been incredible. They've been fantastic to work with.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see this because I feel like it's a lot of these scripts are more realistic than others, more likely, and so I'm excited to see yours because it adds a lot of comedic elements.
Thank you.
And
yeah.
But it's something that's extremely realistic, and I'm excited to see how you put it together. What's a challenge that you've faced this week?
I don't know if challenge. The hardest thing is just the time. The actors are fantastic. They know how to memorize quickly and how to bring character into it quickly. It's just when you put it under a time restriction, it becomes slightly more challenging. But ultimately, it really came together. As far as interpretation, there were a couple times where we had to sit down and really pair out a certain line to make sure it made sense or do something else. But for the most part, actually near the end, I was just struggling to see it without crying, if I'm to be honest. The very end is very poignant, and I didn't realize it'd be so pointed for me. But yeah.
Nice. With our little time left, what is something that you did to prepare yourself after you chose the actors up until the day of the performance?
So Wednesday, 24 hours after the casting, we were off book. I told them as soon as we go on the stage, we're not going to be using scripts whatsoever, completely off book. And they took that challenge and run with it. So the very first day after we cast, we had a no lines, no script in hand run through, and they were prepared to do that. And after that, Thursday and Friday, we were able to just keep running without scripts in our hands, and I feel like it gave us a lot more opportunities to do more physicality and more realism. I did some Laban efforts with them. I did just a couple things that make them feel more comfortable moving. So,
nice. Was there anything else that you'd like to say about the script before we see it?
It's beautiful, and it's about something very poignant and important, and I hope that we can all find some solace in it.
Nice. All right. Want to go and introduce your play, or do you want me to?
Thank you so much. So I just come up. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. This is Toasted Marshmallow Mocha by Matthew Weaver. Thank you.
Toasted marshmallow mocha, right?
You remember it.
Kind of a hard order to forget. I'll have it for you over at the counter. Toasted marshmallow mocha. Another gray day outside.
I don't know. I kind of like overcast. Cool, gray, no actual rain, but the smell of rain. Not too hot, not too cold.
Can I tell you a secret?
Sure.
I like overcast days too.
I won't tell a soul. Cross my heart. Your secret's safe with me.
Thanks, I trust you.
Do you mind if I ask you a question? I promise it's nothing weird or creepy.
I know.
How do we matter to other people?
You mean like how we just had a pleasant social interaction based entirely on our discussions about your regular coffee order and the weather, but deep down, neither of us knows a thing about the other person?
Right. And how if I ask you too much more, if it gets too personal, absolute jerks are so rampant in society that either I make you uncomfortable thinking that I'm a creep, or I feel uncomfortable thinking that you think I'm a creep.
Right, or how I better smile just right and deliver your coffee just right with just the right amount of attitude. But heaven help me if I get your order wrong or I spell your name completely wrong. It's Herman, right?
Not even close.
I knew it.
So, take me for example. I'm a decent enough guy, I think. Well, I hope so. Anyway, I'm here to write a play, possibly a 1-act, possibly a 10-minute, hopefully something that some theater company will read and put on somewhere.
Break all the legs.
Thank you. I try very hard to project a non-threatening, pleasant image, but I have a deep, dark secret. Well, I don't have a lot of a romantic experience, or hardly any. Well, I try. Like, I've tried to put myself out there online. I've tried flirting. I've tried awkwardly flirting. I'm just a lot better at being awkward than flirting.
Doing fine right now.
Well, that's because my words are being written, and so are yours.
Got it. Go on.
Most of the time, I'd say I'm fine with who I am. I'd say 99.99% of the time, I'm comfortable with myself, but that 0.01% can be a real doozy.
Boy, howdy can it.
I just want someone who's as excited to be with me as I am to be with them.
You'll find that person.
That's what I tell myself. It's just, at the moment, I'm having a hard time imagining it ever happening. I feel like the world has paired off at least the people who I'd be interested in, but I think that there are people out there who would be excited to be with me, but I don't know if I'd necessarily be as excited to be and as good enough to be as a person to be with them.
Could give them a chance.
Do you want to go out with me?
Sure.
No. Pretend your words aren't being written. Do you still want to go out with me?
Not really.
You give me a chance.
I'm just not interested.
Oh, that's okay. It's just after you get that kind of answer over and over, it takes a number on your self-confidence. I mean, if you asked a girl out once and she said no, you respect it. I mean, and if you ask a lot of other people out and they said no, you respect it.
After a while, you get used to it. It doesn't hurt as much anymore.
No, it still hurts. Since we're confessing secrets and there's no one around.
Sure.
I still have this dream of being this guy who gets the coolest girl in the room, the cutest, most fun, kindest, smartest, most funniest.
Most attractive.
Yes! Bolstered by all those other things. Does that make me a bad person?
It makes you human. Maybe a little shallow, but then aren't we all?
But why does it bother me so much?
You just know how it feels to be on the receiving end.
Maybe a little more than most. I don't want to be mean, but I also don't want to be false.
If there's no spark, there's no spark.
But it's the same with friends, though.
True.
I mean, I have a lot of people who I love to hang out with, and there's a lot of people who love to hang out with me. It's just sometimes our schedules, they mesh. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't a lot or ever. It's not to be mean necessarily. It's just that sometimes people just get busy, and I'm not always their first priority or second or third or 19th.
Hence the mattering question.
Right. I mean, it's just once you've been told by enough people that you're not a high enough priority to them, eventually you just stop asking. And I mean, if there's no one else there to fill the void, I mean, I try. I work. I write. I cook. I enjoy watching TV, and I love to read.
I love reading.
I try to go out to plays and movies. I hang out with my family. I try to, I'm grateful when I go out with my friends and they're able to go out, but
it's hard not to feel like something's missing.
Right. You get it.
Everyone gets it.
So what do we do about it then?
Some people drink.
Hence the toasted marshmallow mocha.
I meant booze.
Oh, no thanks. I'm still driving and I have seen too much.
Gotcha.
How do you fill the void and keep the connection if there's no one connecting back? I mean, if the people who are important enough to you, if you want to keep a connection with them, but they just stop connecting, or if they say no, if they don't even look at you in the first place.
Like a customer in a coffee shop.
Like a barista in a coffee shop.
How do we matter to other people?
How do we matter about other people? I guess if we show our vulnerabilities.
People don't know how to respond to that.
Right. Well, maybe they're just too strong in their response. Maybe a person just wants to be heard.
I hear you.
Thank you. The Anchorage Daily News once, they actually recently told a story about this guy. He eventually became withdrawn from society. He killed himself. Now, this is not a cry for help for me, understand?
Okay.
The people, they never found his body. For years, maybe 4 years. 4 years. The people, they even checked outside the cabin. They didn't find him. They didn't look inside. I can't imagine that ever happening to me. I don't even think my friends or family would allow that to happen. And gosh, if anything ever happened to them, no one deserves that.
No one deserves that. It's okay to reach out to seek human connection in a respectful way. It's normal.
I always want to be respectful.
I know you do.
It's just sometimes it comes out a bit awkward. So what do we do now?
We keep trying. We keep putting ourselves out there. We're gentle with ourselves. We're patient. When things get hard, when we get frustrated, we speak the words. We say them out loud. Saying them out loud gives them less power. We let them out to our friends and our art. We hope the words reach other people that need to hear them and know they're not alone. We do little things to bolster ourselves. We try to create something beautiful out of our pain or hurt or sadness or grief. We pray if we're the praying sort. We help other people.
We try.
Toasted marshmallow mocha, right?
Right. You remember.
Hard order to forget.
Nice overcast day outside.
I love overcast days. I guess we're bow.
All right. Thank you so much for coming and being online with us. As we talked about, you have a ballot in your hands. If you are here, you have 10 minutes to fill that ballot out and to give it to Sierra. Ballot is part of it. So you have 20 votes to complete. We'll put some music on. Also, please don't forget to say which of the producers will advance to the next round through your ballots. And also, join us, if you wouldn't mind, on HiveTix, that's HIVETIX, for your votes. Just look up HiveTix. Those votes will be counted on Tuesday at 3 p.m. Mountain, so get your vote in before then. Now, don't forget to watch next Monday night at 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, that we'll have our next round of producers as they start on that journey. How was it? Let's give it one more hand for these amazing producers and directors and actors. They were incredible. All right, well, thank you, everyone, and good night.